Ah, DOG, never leave home without your camera. Hey, Tony, come on here a minute. Come on here a minute. Hey, no. DOG, no. DOG, no, no. No. Never expected you in the north side. I thought you were ignoring me. I seen you walk away. Listen, I always wanted to interview you on one thing. Got the camera on, as I usually do.
Interviewed me. I think wasn't it a 45-minute interview one day a long time ago?
Yeah, but this is going to be interesting. Okay. Tony Fitzgerald, isn't it?
C'est moi.
C'est toi. Saw your son yesterday.
Which one?
Daniel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now, see, you can't see yourself like the old one, but that's okay. What's your religion?
I go to the Unitarian Fellowship. I
Good.
suppose that's the religion. Now,
What
the
is
next,
that?
Well, it's there's a long story and a short story. It's
Short.
Short. It's,
My ADHD can follow.
It's a liberal religion where there is no dogma. There's no creed that you don't have to stand and recite I believe in, because everybody's entitled to their own beliefs. We do believe that people have a right to search out what is meaningful to themselves.
So, what do you find? What do you...
Oh, I'm an atheist.
So, you're a non-believer.
Well, it's not a non-believer.
So, why have some place to worship if you're an
Because there's a lot more to worship than we do. As I like to say...
What's that racket? Anyway, is that on purpose?
Oh, they're clearing the ice off the sidewalk.
Wow, I thought they let the sun do it. Idiot Mayor Michael Bryan did something? Okay, never mind. Focus.
Do it while it's mild, and the ice will break up rather than letting it freeze every night. And
Yeah. Okay.
okay, back to where,
Atheist, but you still go in a place of worship.
because we regard worship, I would like to say, as an intransitive verb.
What?
We don't.
Excuse me, is that still on? Yes.
We
Excuse,
don't-
could you speak to
we-
me in English? What's that word?
Intransitive, c'est
Yeah,
un,
thank you.
c'est un verbe en anglais.
No, sorry, say in English, we can understand.
We don't worship something. We gather in community, and we can tell each other, what we believe personally, and as long as we don't say, well, you have to believe as I do because otherwise you're crazy. They can say, yeah.
What's
So-
the church again?
The Unitarian Fellowship.
Unitarian Church. Okay, so what do you do for the message? Just for the record, I made a presentation in front. There's a squirrel. Oh no, there's a woodpecker. The dog's going after. I made a presentation, and I saw no video when I made my presentation at church. And I saw stuff, I heard stuff that I forgot. So when you have DOG, where are you? When you have the Catholic Church, they read a verse of the Bible and then they explain that verse. What do you guys do? Guys or girls or whatever?
Well, we do. Service typically does consist of announcements, as any service does.
The soup kitchen is going to be open tomorrow.
That sort of thing.
The idiot mayor is going to make a presentation at council tomorrow.
Well, we try to avoid
The gay movement is going, or whatever.
Yeah, there'd be a meeting tomorrow to discuss what we would be doing with the Pride Parade or Pride events this year. We might do something like that.
Hi.
Hi dear.
And so it's like a social event. That's what it is, right?
Well, yeah, it's a regular church service is pretty much a social event, is it not?
Yeah.
People gather, although that you have some guy you may or may not trust up front to say, this we do at this point, this we do it. Well, Unitarians also have, say, a service leader, but we're a lay-led congregation, so it might be today I might be the service leader, and next week somebody else.
Service leader?
Leader, yes.
So you still have a leader?
Well,
Even though everybody got the different God.
well, the
still believes you got leader.
service leader decides what hymns or songs are going to be. In fact, some service leader will say the next hymn, and others just don't use the word hymn.
So
they
you
use the word
change
song.
second service leader every week or every month, or just one? It's like a pope. Right?
In theory, no, it's a member of the congregation. I don't think you could say we have something like a pope. There's an organization, the Canadian Unitarian Council, but they don't enforce. They're more there to help us do things our own way. If we want a minister, we would go through them to hire a minister.
How many is there? How many organizations in Canada?
How many?
How many organizations, like here in Fredericton, there's a chapter. How many chapters across Canada?
Oh, you ask. I don't think it's in the hundreds. It's probably, but it's definitely more than dozens. So it's something, somewhere between 50 and 100 be my guess, but I really don't know.
How many members here in Fredericton?
In Fredericton we have, I think right now we consider to be about 37 active members.
Active.
Active.
So your building, is it all paid for? How long have you been there?
The building is paid for, and we've been in that building since 2000. Before that, we were in a building on Charlotte Street that's sort of diagonally across from the Charlotte Street Art Center. It was fixed up recently, very nice building, but they decided at some point it was too small for their needs, and so it was sold. That building had been paid for. Usually there is a well-to-do member of the congregation who gives the mortgage and then is paid back with a minimum interest rate.
So you go there with your own belief, your own God.
Well, if you need a God, yeah, you go there with your own God. Some people go there, they don't need a God, but they want to meditate. They believe
meditate. Now we're getting somewhere. Now I can't keep my mouth shut for 2 seconds.
People who are more involved in meditation probably go to something like the Shambhala Buddhists or another Buddhist organization, but then they'd come because they like to hear the sort of things we're talking about. In fact, I think 2 weeks ago we had a lady in who talked about how the Buddhist meditation she learned in India was useful to her.
You do funerals? You drop dead tomorrow. What happens to you?
Well, I'm hoping eventually we can get human composting, so I can be completely recycled, and my whatever's left over scattered in flower beds, and my children can go there, and maybe there's a little bit of my father flying around in that butterfly.
You think people would like to see another little blogger flying around and grow all over the place?
Once you're transformed to a butterfly, you're just another food for birds.